Hi, I'm Kirsten.
Hi, I'm Sasha.
And this is Mess Magnets.
We're back, baby.
We're here. Listen, full transparency, this is our second kick at the can because for the first time ever, my wrong mic was chosen and I sounded crazy.
Oh my gosh.
My be on that, but thank you so much to everyone for all of the support as we are going independent, and you know, there will be little hiccups and transitions, and we appreciate y'all being with us every step of the way. We didn't really get into it last week, but we set up a Patreon. We sent it out into the world. We told y'all it was there if you had, a few spare dollars to provide. But Patreon thought that we were suspicious activity and took it down. But it's back. I had to call customer support.
They hate to see a multicultural queens come in.
Literally, God forbid, two podcast hosts live in different countries.
Come on, Patreon, please let us.
They were like, "Who's your internet provider? This is suspicious." Okay,
oh
well.
my gosh.
But we do have some patrons. I want to shout them out right up at the top, saying thank you to Sarah, Tracy, Jennifer, Mandy, Gab, Allie, Connor, and Brandon for being our first patrons. And you will get your first patron episode very soon because we have to record it before Sasha leaves the country again.
Yes. Listen, we're really excited. Again, just thank you so much to our patrons, but really to all of you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you didn't know, we are, posting videos every week now. So you can go to mess.magnets. You can follow us on Instagram. Again, mess.magnets. We're killing it. We hope that you help us along the way. All right. And with that, all of the yapping, I think let's get into it. We have some stuff to talk about this time.
Last week was a little bit of a different episode because we talked about the Mormon wives. Spoiler, we will talk about them again today. But we do have some actual pop culture stuff going on. So let's get into it.
And if this is your first time again joining us, maybe or first time after you found us last week, just so you know, we talk about pop culture, we talk about gossip, we talk about celebrity mess, and really whatever we're feeling like it. This week maybe we'll even rant here and there. So usually we end up talking about multiple different segments. So just in case you're confused, that's what's going on here. And the timestamps will be there, so you won't be too lost. But with that, yes, I think let's get into this first one, which you sent this to me and I just giggle, laughed out loud, because what are we doing here?
So we've reported on the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively saga, the lawsuits that came out of the It Ends With Us movie recording. And, just to reset for people who maybe don't remember, because we've been going through this forever. Initially, Blake Lively entered a basically workplace harassment claim. Here's the situation in my workplace. Here's the, sexual harassment allegations that are happening in the workplace. And that was put in. I know a lot of people were like, well, why didn't she file a civil suit? It's well, you actually have to go to the tribunal first in California for matters of HR, just to reset.
Exactly.
But Justin Baldoni, replied with allegations of extortion and defamation in civil court against Blake Lively. And this has been so ridiculous on and off. The bots coming out in defense of Justin Baldoni have been crazy. He hired the same PR team and lawyers as Johnny Depp. It's been very suspicious. And the last thing we heard was that his lawyer was alleging that Blake Lively was blackmailing Taylor Swift and really trying to pull in the Taylor Swift involvement into this case, which was, of course, not accepted. However, District Judge Louis Lyman in New York has dismissed Baldoni's claims in a 132-page opinion.
It's just, I'm telling you, it's bizarro because when you're reading it, right, and of course things get sensationalized a little bit, so they of course dismiss the case, but then it's the first category is that Blake Lively, helped by actor Ryan Reynolds, aka obviously her husband, and her publicist Leslie Sloan, which again, we also talked about how this might be a publicist versus publicist drama and not necessarily about, Justin and Blake Lively. But either way, all of this, the first thing was all these people allegedly refused to promote the film, attacked him in the press, and especially if Blake Lively didn't get control and credit. And then the second piece was that all three of them, right, Blake Lively, the publicist, and Ryan Reynolds, and the Times spread false narrative that Justin committed sexual misconduct against Blake and engaged in smear campaign. So both of these seem to be rejected. So the first category, rejected because Justin, well, really his lawyers, failed to adequately allege that Blake Lively's threats were extortion rather than just bargaining over working conditions. Which this next time someone pisses me off and I threaten them, I'm going to be like, I'm not threatening you. I'm just bargaining over my working conditions.
Well, and never forget that in the initial ruling, there is evidence agreed on by Justin and Blake when they went to the HR situation, and people were exposing themselves in the workplace.
Exactly.
And it was and that was agreed on by both parties. That is undisputed. And so the idea of where it spiraled to from that is so ridiculous.
Exactly. So it's just there's so much to unveil. That's why we're not trying to give all the tea, because here's why I will tell you. In the second category, right, where they failed to talk about the liable lawsuits. So basically, they said that they failed to adequately allege that the statements made to the Times and any other statements that anyone else made were false because they were made by a complaint she filed in Blake Lively filed in the California Civil Rights Department, which the judge said were legally privileged, and the Times publishing the story, was just citing the complaint. So it's very messy. And here's the big piece is why I wanted to also talk about it. All this to say, Justin Baldoni has until June 23rd to amend his complaint, so that he can talk through and they can work through certain contract related claims. So this is not even close to the end of it. It's going to get amended. And then if it gets thrown out again, guess what? It's going to probably get appealed, so on and so forth.
Well, yeah, and it's so interesting too, because obviously we're not lawyers or legal experts, so we can't give the lawyer's perspective of what this means. But lawsuits take a long time. It's not that simple. I'm not sure what the grounds for appeal in a civil suit is in the state of New York. So we'll see what happens, but I don't think it's over, and I think that probably the anti-Blake PR machine is probably about to really whip into motion again. And we don't listen, we're not we love Blake Lively, but the whole story of this is that just because you maybe don't like someone or just because someone is maybe rude does not mean that they are should be treated poorly in the workplace.
Yeah, it's just, again, I personally think that this is going to be a very much everyone's wrong and everyone has a little bit of understanding. And then I wonder how lawyers and publicists come in and then make it way worse. So just to be aware, we're really don't feel like there's, and I personally don't feel like there's maybe a lot of sides. I just feel like there's a lot of shitty people.
Yeah, and it's a thing where people are so quick to I'm trying to think how to best say this. It's people want to make sure that when things go through a legal process that everything is perfect and everything is good. And so any like whiff of if something might be false, people jump really quick to, well, what if something's false? What if, you know, something's being made up to ruin someone's life, blah, blah, blah. Well, generally speaking, especially when it comes to any sort of he said, she said, but specifically between a man and a woman, everyone seems so quick to jump to the man's side that, oh, something must be fake and a woman is lying. And so I think we all need to work on that a little bit, because like we don't know. We weren't there and we're waiting for this to all play out. But the actions taken by Justin Baldoni's team, to me, in my personal opinion, are sketchy.
Yes. I think that's very on the money.
Yeah. And it, like, again, everything's alleged. An opinion. We don't know.
And we reserve the right to change our opinion when facts change. Just FYI.
Period. That is the key.
Yep. So things are going to get crazy.
You mentioned that there's a little bit more with this that you told me not to look at, and I don't know about this, so please inform me.
This is not even funny, haha. This is like the world is burning funny, okay? So, of course, when all of this is happening, if folks don't know, Justin Baldoni also has a podcast called Man Enough, where, you know, they really talk about a lot about like breaking stereotypes about like hypermasculinity and, you know, what does it mean to be a man, blah, blah, blah. You know, in a positive way. Okay. So his when all of this kind of was going on, his co-host had you know, kind of low-key like step back, but now they're back in, blah blah blah. So the co-host ended up like posting before the lawsuit, like right before, saying that send us your boy problems for an upcoming episode of their new podcast called Boy Problems. So for her new podcast, sorry. So she has been, you know, talking a lot about like, hey, send me all your boy problems, right? Nothing to do about nothing. Then there was a comment that said, I just saw the funniest boy problem get dismissed by a federal judge in New York. LOL. She ends up liking this comment and then posts another thing, a comment saying LMFAO.
Whoa.
Yes. So then, of course, the Justin Baldoni stands like kind of, you know, go a little bit crazy and said, oh, you used Ryan to get ahead and walked over Justin because he was less powerful. This makes me so sad, right? Like people are going crazy, blah, blah, blah. And now, are you ready for the biggest kicker?
Tell me.
She, obviously, Liz ends up responding to a Daily Mail article about all of this. So let's talk. So this is what she said via her Instagram. This story is fake. I responded to a comment assuming, who do you think it was about?
Who could it be about?
Assuming it was about Trump. You know, the guy actively dismantling democracy, ? Because I think that's the boy problem I think about daily. So every time a conspiracy theory is fabricated about me, I get doxxed and, you know, threats. Shame on the Daily Mail for printing such trash for clicks. Go touch grass.
I'm sorry. If she did think that comment was about Trump, what decision has been thrown out in court in New York about Trump lately? I'm not like, listen, there are a lot of lawsuits related to Donald Trump right now. And I, as a Canadian citizen, do not keep up on all of them. So maybe there was one in New York that did get thrown out. But I don't know.
Right?
Because it's like typically these lawsuits are like people suing Trump. It's not a lot of like Trump initiating it. And so like the case getting thrown out, you would think that it would not be a laughing matter. And so I'm confused.
Unless it's all these people that are, again, trying to like say, unless it's Trump, trying to, you know, do something and that's not working. very not likely. So, girl, what are we doing here? It's just be aware of what's going on in the world for like 1 second. So, very, very messy. But she had her, and the thing is, she had stepped away from the podcast from Man Enough, saying, thank you for being there, right? Being by my side, blah blah blah. Continue to support whoever calls out injustice. So she's like had a breakup, right, with that pod. So it's very messy.
And I've just looked up. There's no news articles about a lawsuit in New York involving Donald Trump since September of 2024, or like since the fall and winter. So it would just be like very weird timing for a if that comment was about like the Stormy Daniels hush money conviction. Like it's giving weird, and maybe that is what she thought, but if she did, she is dumb.
Yeah. We have no idea, and it's bizarro. That's why I had to share this part, because I'm like, what? Again, this is like, maybe I'm being a little callous, but it feels like everyone around him is just like lost it. And is that what he's kind of constantly around, where a bunch of like folks that are maybe not making the smartest decisions? And maybe I'm painting with a broad brush, but whoof.
Yeah, it's very strange. We're all lost in the sauce. We'll see what happens next. Again, he has till June 23rd to edit his application. So we'll see.
We'll let you know.
We will let you know. Okay. Sasha, have you seen all of this stuff about the gray blue couch on TikTok?
No.
Okay. I'm so happy. So this video came up on my page. I'm going to see if I can share my screen and show the video. We'll see if it works.
Yes.
To share audio. Oh. Select a tab to share. Hello.
Look at us vamping on the.
We're figuring it out. Okay.
Yes.
So this is the TikTok. I'm gonna hit play. It's not muted. Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna keep laughing or start crying. The couch is navy. The couch was never part of the question. The couch has always been dark blue. The chair is like the exact same shade as the couch, which is why it's blue. Let me show you some blue. If I swear to God, if someone says that this is also gray, no. Hold on.
Is she okay?
I'm so scared. The floor is gray. I mean, the floor is blue. Okay, isn't this blue?
Yes.
And this blue the same? And then this is gray, but this is blue, and that's blue. That is blue. This is blue.
Oh, this is rage bait. You can't tell me.
Okay, someone also said I could have.
Okay, so
for our audio, listeners, maybe we need to explain a little.
Yeah, so we have to explain. So if you are watching youtube.com/@mess.magnets, you could see that whole TikTok. Yes. But so this is the creator. I'm Crispy. Her name's Kristen. And this video came on my For You page. It was posted 4 days ago. I think I must have seen it in the first 30 minutes that it was posted. So she had been having issues already where she had posted her chair, her blue chair, and people are saying her chair is gray, but the chair is clearly blue. Like, support me on this. And everyone is like, no, it's gray, and the couch is gray. Everything is gray. And she's like, no, it's blue. And so this is where she has the video where she's like, okay, well, maybe it is gray, but like, let me show you that I know the difference between gray and blue. And she's putting like, don't tell me this is gray, and it's like the grayest blanket you've ever seen in your life.
Oh,
and
my God.
So this woman has there's so many videos about the couch, and everyone is chiming in on it. And so this woman has learned that she is colorblind, and she did not know that she was colorblind.
Oh,
and
my word.
This is where it's the funniest part. So have you ever heard of the app, Sasha, Be My Eyes?
No.
And so this is an app where you can like sign up as a helper, or if you need help, and basically like if you were colorblind or vision impaired in other ways, you can call in and have a helper who will be your eyes and kind of explain to you like where things are and what's going on around you to help you out. And someone was like, hey, like you can join this app, Be My Eyes, if you want people to help you with like shopping and stuff because you like learn that you're colorblind. And this woman posts and she's like, I already know about this app because I'm logged in as a helper and I don't know if you can be a helper and ask for help on the same account.
Oh,
so
my God.
this colorblind woman who did not know she's colorblind has been helping vision impaired people and probably telling them all sorts of great things are blue.
Oh my God.
And people are jumping on. There's another woman who's like, she thought her couch was brown and got it to be a neutral color and was like, well, everyone keeps telling me they love my couch because it's a pop of color. This couch is blood red, Sasha. It's so red. And so now there's been like all this discourse about like, oh my God, is millennial gray a thing because all these people are undiagnosed with color blindness and they think it's blue?
Oh my God.
Or like how many things are gray because people thought they were blue? As well as discussion of like, we always learned that like men are more often colorblind than women, but is that even true? Is there like a bias because people get tested for colorblindness in the military more?
Right.
Or like this gray blue colorblindness seems to be more of a rare type of colorblindness. Like it's not the classic one you would see, but like I have been, my whole For You page is pretty much couches and the Mormon wives at this point.
And here's what I'm like afraid about. Like this app needs to have better understanding, right? Like better screening. Cause that's number one now. Cause now you got me stressed out about these people that need help. And we have this lady.
Yes.
And multiple people like this lady just out here confused and lost. That's number one. Then secondly, all I'm thinking is, does she not go to the eye doctor ever?
Well, but that's the thing. People who don't wear glasses, like you and I both have prescriptions and wear like glasses or contacts. People who don't have glasses or who like were told they don't need glasses, they just don't go. It is like a really common thing.
Doesn't go either. You're right.
Like if people don't know they have an issue or like have never been prescribed as like needing glasses, they just assume that they're fine, even if their vision has been deteriorating over time, which our eyes naturally do. Like your vision will get worse over time,
right?
But they're not like us, Sasha. We're in there probably every other year,
correct,
getting our prescription, make sure it's updated, make sure our glasses are the correct to like help us. And I was also thinking back, I don't think I've gotten a colorblind test at the optometrist in a couple of years. Like, I don't know if they do it every appointment anymore.
I have done it every single time, but I think my prescription is high. So I don't know if that's why, but oof.
I don't know, but I guess it probably depends a lot on which optometrist you go to. Like, I used to get it every time. And then when I moved, I kind of bounced between a couple of optometrists since I moved here, trying to find like a good fit.
Mm-hmm.
My new optometrist is a great fit, but he did not do a colorblind test. He just did a bunch of other tests and like he told me I don't have UV damage on my eyes, which I was very relieved about. Did you know you get UV damage on your eyes if you don't wear sunglasses?
Okay, I wanted to.
But actually, sunglasses scare me a lot too, because so you get UV damage if you don't wear sunglasses. But if you do wear sunglasses and they're not like a good quality brand, there's this woman on TikTok who got in a car accident while wearing cheap sunglasses, and they smashed, and like she has a glass eye now.
Yep.
But it's like sunglasses, like glasses are supposed to be made in a way where they would not shatter in that way. But she was wearing like cheap Amazon sunglasses, and so now I'm like very scared of.
What? Listen, everything can kill you. Mess magnets, PSA. But yeah, this is so funny. So thank you for bringing this to us.
Yes, I needed you to see this gray ass couch, and when she's pointing to the carpet, and she's like gets one gray right, one blue right, and then the gray calling it just killed me. I needed to
the
talk
thing
about
for me is also that like in the red and black and gold dress, or black and blue dress, I see white and gold. So people were coming for me, being like, I'm dead ass wrong. So I thought this was going to be one of those moments, and I was stressed.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure the dress is like the photo had like saturations are the problem. So that's not your eyes. That's the photo. But yeah, thankfully we can all be on the same page with the gray blue couch saga. And if you're watching our video and you thought the couch was blue, you should perhaps get a colorblind test.
Oof. Here we are.
Yes. Okay. So that's it for that one. It is a bit of a quick bite, but I needed to talk about it. And now I need to get into the Mormon wives.
Please.
Are fighting again. And I know this is like, so season 2, part 2 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is going to drop later this year, I guess. And I don't know if that's all fully filmed or if this is like part of season 3 or what's going on. But suddenly my whole For You page is Whitney and Michaela. So I'm like on the ground floor of this drama. So
wow.
Whitney posted a TikTok and it's herself talking to, I mean, it's her husband with the hair extensions on the back of his head.
Yep.
And you can see like the clips of the hair extensions. And the TikTok says, Mom Talk explaining to me how I'm voted back in, but why didn't I get invited to the Vegas show? Because the Mormon wives did a show in Vegas this past weekend. And Macy commented on the TikTok, awkward, because from what we know, you did get invited and your management dropped the ball. And Whitney replies to that like, haha, show me those receipts because they don't exist. I can't. And then like people are in the comments like, Whitney, we believe Macy, we don't believe you, like, and then other people are like, well, Macy, why wouldn't you personally invite her? And Macy's like, because this is a work trip and not a social hangout. And so like that's kind of weird. But then Michaela posted TikTok from the stage in Vegas with all of the wives who were there using audio from the Kardashians that says, you're just so jealous that you cannot get a Bentley and you're ruining this moment for me. Calling out Whitney. Whitney then makes a video and she, I guess, just moved to another new house. I don't know what is going on in that household. They never seem to stay anywhere long.
Yes.
And the video says, POV, she made another video about you. And it's her dancing to Teach Me How to Dougie. And the caption is, girl, stop flirting with me.
Oh, God.
And then Michaela comments on this TikTok, should have done this one in the hospital. It slayed. Of course, referencing when when Whitney made the video dancing when her like young baby was very, very sick in the hospital. And so then it's all messy. And I'm like, okay, I'm loving the Whitney Michaela, like seeing it on live. They really do seem to be obsessed with each other.
Yes.
And I love it. But then Demi makes a video and she's like trying to get in on it, but just not well. And so it's a video of her watching the Whitney dancing video that has the caption like, don't stop flirting with me. And the audio on this TikTok is, I knew there was something off about you. You're gay. With the caption, oh, I knew it. Oh, well, happy Pride. And it's like, girl, they're having fun. Like, I actually think that Whitney and Michaela love the feud.
Yes.
And
then because they get more they get way more clicks on their stuff.
Yes, exactly. And then Demi just comes in with this like so weird, like, enough.
Oh
it's so bizarre. And then people were commenting on Demi's video like, oh, if it's happy Pride, why'd you vote for Trump?
Period. I love that.
And yeah, get her ass. But yeah, so I think that this will be probably a large plot line on some upcoming Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. But we were on the ground floor.
Yes, you heard it here first, and we're always keeping you updated. You're all welcome.
Yes. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Now we've got some crazy quick bites.
Yes. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. So I saw this, and I want to make it clear. Kirsten did not put this in. I did. But
yes,
the summer has started. It's summer wedding times. So with that, are Taylor and Travis married?
And no, they're not. Like, isn't it legal record when people get married?
Yes.
Like, if they filed a marriage certificate, we would know. Like, if you don't think that there are Swifties constantly looking up public records to see what's going on with Taylor Swift, like, you're high. But this whole thing is so funny, and I had not seen it until you put it in. So, Sasha, do you want to walk us through this Taylor Swift story for once?
Yeah. So this has been all over for my social media. So it started, of course, when this wedding planner posts an Instagram story from this past Sunday, and I think this came to me because of the sports connection. Mm-hmm. But these are all behind the scenes details from Cole Komet and his now wife Emily's wedding. And listen, Cole Komet, first of all, the way you screwed me in fantasy. But anyway. Yeah, get out of here, tight end. So he's also a tight end, I believe, just like Travis Kelce, because they don't play on the same team. So then there's like a walkthrough of the wedding setup as she pans over some decor on the table. And it includes an envelope, and the envelope says Taylor and Travis Kelce. And of course, at table 13.
Which to me is all the more evidence that it's fake. Mm-hmm. Like that it was just part of the vision boarding. And probably this wedding planner was hoping that this would happen so that they could get more attention and more press for their company and get that bag. Good for you.
So here's the thing, and here's why it's funny. So although Taylor and Travis were not at the wedding, they were invited. But here's the joke. Taylor and Travis were instead attending another wedding at Travis's cousins.
And so
that's
this
why I find this funny.
Yeah, this I can speak on. They were in Tennessee for Travis Kelce's cousin's wedding, and there are so many photos of Taylor Swift at the wedding. And let me tell you, when I saw this story that you put in, I went to all of these photos and I was zooming in on her left hand, because ain't no way she would not have a ring.
It's so funny. I just thought it was hilarious on account that they weren't even at said wedding. Yeah, they were at a different wedding.
They did not attend, which again is like, sure, they were invited, but when you get invited and RSVP no, they don't actually make a card for your place setting.
And why would a place setting be a card, an envelope? Anyway, let me not get into that, because people do all kinds of creative stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, it looks beautiful. Like the tablescaping and everything, all the details look really gorgeous. I'm sure it was a beautiful wedding. People are also then arguing, well, it doesn't say Taylor Swift, but would she even change her last name? Like, what? We don't even know. And I would just like to say once again, there is the person Taylor Swift and there is the business Taylor Swift. The business Taylor Swift will always be Taylor Swift.
Yes.
We don't know her. We don't know what she as a person would do if she did get married. Maybe she would keep her name. Maybe she would not. Maybe she would hyphenate. Who knows? We don't know her. As much as I'm parasocial towards this woman. I know that I don't actually know her.
Mm-hmm. It's hilarious. I love it. And I needed the cracked people to know the tea. And now this one is, so did you know that Sabrina released a new song, right? Because MacInnis.
Yes.
And she called it MacInnis, which I said, oh, drama is going to happen. Because I feel like Sabrina Carpenter is just like me, and that she's a short, messy person.
And she is. She's one of the bravest people, because she leaves her house every day being 4'9", you know?
You know what?
That ain't easy.
You know what? It's really not that hard.
But you're tall. You're over 5 feet.
Yes, I am.
You would tower over Sabrina Carpenter. If you and Sabrina Carpenter were in flats standing next to each other, you are 5 inches taller than her.
I know. It's actually
you're tiny. I need to express to the people listening to this podcast, if you have not met Sasha in person, she's 5'2" at most?
Yeah.
And I feel like the Jolly Green Giant standing next to her, but I'm pretty sure that our height difference between me and you is the same as your height difference between you and Sabrina Carpenter, because I'm 5'7". That's 5 inches taller.
Oh my god.
And you're 5 inches taller than 4'9". So just a little math for you.
Jeez. Is that
think about it?
Compute in my head if that makes sense.
And so don't you think that's brave?
Oh my god. I just think short people get way more attention, and it's annoying. It's like just
it's the extremes. Yeah. Like it's like the shortest of people and the tallest of people. Where like you see a super tall person and suddenly everyone's asking if they play basketball and what the weather's like up there. Yep. It's like there's something broken in our brains that we just cannot deal with extremes.
I am like anyway. Let me not.
Okay, can I give a controversial opinion on the song "ManChild" before we get into it?
Yes.
I don't think this is about anyone in particular.
Yeah.
I think that this is once again Taylor Swift's influence on the music industry, for good or for bad, is that now every single song, every single female pop artist writes. Everyone's like, who's it about? What's the song about? But I feel like
this has always been the case. Like, even I remember in the early 2000s when rappers were putting out songs, we were like, who is this about? When R&B artists were doing it. Like, this has just been the case since the beginning of time.
Yes, people have always asked, but I think because Taylor Swift like specifically gave clues to who songs were actually about and all of that, it made people bold to assume that everything is definitely about someone. But you're right, it did exist before her, and I'm a strange lady.
No, it's fine. No, I was just like, I don't want people being like, no, this and this. Yep, I know, because I listened to it. But what's funny is when I heard it, I also was like, oh wait, who's she gonna drag? And then I heard the song first, and everyone's like, it's obviously about Barry Keoghan, because that's who she was dating for a long time. And funny enough, a lot of folks were like, well, she did say, please, please, please don't embarrass me. And now that she's embarrassed, she's doing this, blah, 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 right? But here's the thing. I was listening to the song, and I agree with you that I don't think it's about any one person. Yeah. I just think that there's clues about every single person. So I think it's more like the Ariana Grandes. Right? Thought I Ended Up with Sean was in a match. Then, Ricky, Mac Miller, right? Like, so that's what I think it is. It's like a culmination, because she posted this really funny Instagram caption, like just talking about how great this piece was, but then also she ended it with, and thank you to all the men for being inspiration for this song. So I think it's a little bit of every single man we've all dated. Let's be clear. But I just wanted to add another fighter to the mix, that it's not just Barry. It's actually also about Shawn Mendes, because Sabrina, Shawn Mendes, and Camila Cabello were all in like a love triangle.
And Sabrina's had 3 love triangles.
Oh, yes.
Because she had, it was with her, Olivia Rodrigo, and Josh Bassett. Then there's Shawn, Sabrina, and Camilla, and then she has the one with Gracie Abrams too.
Yes, you're right.
Which also Gracie Abrams has the song That's So True, which is about the love triangle with Sabrina and them, and that song has the like basically lyrics saying that guy's like just a guy, and like calling him kind of dumb too. So there's fighters.
Yep. It's wild, and I love that, because I was listening to this video like theorizing about this song, and they said that in this song and the song Coincidence, which folks know is like about Shawn Mendes, she talks in both songs about like phone dying or being broken. And then in Dumb and Poetic, she says, as the words say, you are so dumb and poetic, I fall for it every time. And then in ManChild, she says, why so sexy if so dumb? And again, in my mind, that could be any man like that you're attracted to. Jeremiah on Love Island, because he's so beautiful. God. But anyway, and she's also, this is why I feel like it's definitely not about Barry, and that's why we need to like, I should find a better word for things. We should stop it, because she throws shade at this person's mom, and Barry has lost his mom like at a young age. So I just feel like she wouldn't be that chase, like that callous to like do that. So we need to like end it. I agree with Kirsten. That's actually a little bit about everyone. And I just want to introduce another fighter to the mix.
I love it. And yes, just to clarify, the Gracie Abrams Sabrina love triangle was about Dylan O'Brien.
Oh, see, and I would never even thought of him. So that's I always remember the girls.
period. I had to look at I googled Sabrina Carpenter, Gracie Abrams to find out who the man was that was involved. So like,
oh my god,
like Sabrina's a woman in her like mid-20s. She has dated lots of guys, which is normal and fine. And I think that this is probably more of a general song versus like being about someone so much. Do we know what are the writing credits on this song?
Well, people are not gonna like it.
Oh, whatever. But people need to get over the Jack Antonoff hate. They're dumb. Like, guess what? He produces bangers. Why? Like, the song is good. The Sabrina's last album was good. Taylor's last album was good. He's good at producing. Like, I really do not understand the Jack Antonoff hate. He does a good job. He's like Max Martin, but that's okay.
And it's, again, I just want to make it clear that celebrities, as people, we have to have different like levels of hate, right? Because if we start like boycotting every single shitty person, we're just never going to listen to anything. So we gotta like figure out for, unfortunately, ourselves, values-based, like if there's drama that my fave is in, maybe that's not for me. But have they been like racist to my fave? Have they been misogynistic? Right? Like let's start quantifying a little bit.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any evidence
take on it. Yeah.
Like there's no evidence of him being like problematic as a person. People just don't like his music and they think it all sounds the same, but then they will enjoy an album that he produced. So like I think it really just depends on like if your issue with Jack Antonoff is that you don't like the music he makes with Taylor Swift, well then I think that's more of a Taylor Swift problem because he does have to also do what the artists want.
Correct.
And like that's fine. You don't have to like it. Not everything is for you.
I love that.
I don't know. It's fine. There was so the song was co-written by Sabrina, Jack Antonoff, and a songwriter named Amy Allen.
Yes.
And so I think also adds to it. Like there's probably some of Amy's life in this song as well. Like and that's fine too.
Just wild.
I mean, can't we just enjoy a good bop?
I know. It's hard. It's hard when there's so many like crazy, messy people around.
Yeah.
Just no one can be normal.
I find it so fun. I think that the song is really fun.
Yeah, it's a great song. And I think, again, if you've ever dated a man and it didn't work out, the song is for you.
Or even just like if you like, we all know people that are just not all there. Like the lights are on nobody's home, and that's fine. It's not actually a value judgment on them, but when people like that get into relationships, oftentimes it ends up with their partner carrying a heavier load than what they should maybe have to carry. And so then you can be like, yeah, MessChild, yes.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I don't know, but anyways, so that's all of the quick bites for today. Are you ready for a little Anonymous?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
This one, it's a short one.
Yes.
But I needed to talk about it with someone after I read it because I was like, this is crazy. And I want to encourage our messengers who are listening to submit these crazy stories because I want to know more. So this messenger works for a company that deals with credit card fraud and disputes. They're a third party, not the actual bank, but they deal with the cardholders themselves, and sometimes they receive very entertaining calls. And so one coworker of this messenger, their first ever call received was from someone who was clearly in the middle of having sex while asking about their case.
What the?
Also, someone once called in and threatened to kill everyone at the bank if they didn't get their money back, and the money that they lost was $60.
Killing people over $60?
Yeah, well, thankfully no one died.
But threatening. I mean,
yeah, crazy. It actually, like, I mean, I guess at that point you have literally nothing to lose, right?
Yeah, because oh my God.
I know. But here's the one that stands out the most and the reason for me needing to talk about this.
Yes, please, messenger.
So this case is the one that stands out the most to our messenger, and it's a call that their friend received a few years ago. And this has very little to do with the actual case. The only relevant detail is that the people needed their money back as soon as possible because the caller's husband had been murdered by the cartels in Colombia and his body was in an unmarked grave, and she needed the money to go there to try and find the grave that could be literally anywhere in the country to bring the body back and bury it in the US.
What?
Unfortunately, they never got an update on whether she succeeded in this.
Okay,
I mean,
that's what I needed to know.
That can't be real. Like that surely that can't be real.
I mean, these people exist, so I feel like they need money, and they're going to have to go somewhere. That's nuts to me.
Just to imagine, like, you work for a financial company and someone's like spilling to you all the details about their like husband getting murdered by a cartel and how you need to go like on a like I want to see the movie of her going to Colombia and looking for the grave.
That's what I'm saying. Or like it's just I feel like I'm also going to now want to be like, girl, did you call me from a unlicensed, unregistered number? Because I don't want to be tied to nothing that is with cartels. Leave me the hell out of this. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be like, oh, the call dropped, and my colleague can pick it up.
Exactly.
Because what if the cartel finds out I help? Nope, no.
Yeah, I don't want that info.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Ooh, that like stressed me out. Like I know I was
stressed too, and it's a situation of I saw it, so you have to hear it.
Yes.
I can't be alone in this stress.
And here's the thing, the sex thing is crazy too.
Yeah, like it could have been that. Like that could have been the whole thing. Like I can't like you can like what they're on hold with the company, and so they're like, oh well, while I'm on hold, I might as well just have sex quick.
I mean, shout out to like that person and their partner.
I mean, I would
it happen like this.
Stop having the sex once I got through, though. Is that bad? Like, is that bad?
I mean, I don't think I would start.
I mean, if you think you're gonna be on hold for like an hour, I guess like why not? I don't think I would either, but I can see
oh my god
why maybe somebody would.
I don't know. This is crazy to me. This is outrageous. People, just like hold on. Like, don't you have jobs? Don't you have some like life to worry about?
This was during business hours.
Yeah.
I love it. But yeah, so that is
shout out to the real freaks out there. I like
and we salute you.
Period. Oh my god.
But yeah, so that's our short little anonymous. Yes. I needed to share it. I couldn't live with it alone. And so if anyone is listening and this reminds you of something, this reminds you of some drama, some work drama, some phone sex while you're on the phone drama, I don't know. I'd love to hear more about this.
Did you send a sex to the wrong person? Tell us all.
Yeah. Oh my God. Listen, some of these people on Love Island, Austin, are saying they've sent thousands of nudes at the age of 26. So,
oh my god,
I did the math. I was like, how many a day since he was 18 would that have to be?
No. And
so yeah, anything like that, would love to hear it, and you can submit that to tiny/messmagnets
to tinyurl.com/messmagnets. And I don't know if the audio freaked out for y'all too, but it did for me. So here we are. But we're back. And that's why, listen, we're a team. So thank you everyone for listening. And with that, Kirsten, where can the people find you?
Yeah, so, well, you can find me obsessively in the comments at youtube.com/@mess.magnets, replying to all of you while you talk to us. So please be there. As well, you can follow me everywhere at Kirsten Said What. And you can also listen to the new We Know Love Island podcast over on RHAP. And 5-star reviews and subscriptions over there really help people to find our show at the start of a new season. So check it out. See if you like Scally and I talking about Love Island. It's pretty fun. What about you, Sasha?
Yes, of course, I am talking Destination X, which is a where in the F are we? And Peter and Janae just joined the cast. So check that out. Yes. So they're now going to be part of the show, and they're going to be, guessers just like everyone else. But they came in on episode 3, spoiler alert, in Paris because they were the love shows. So they were part of the clues of which city in France you could be the city of love. So it's been really fun talking with Mary. And so check that out on WeKnowDestinationX.com. We're on the Robinson Podcast YouTube channel. And we also do exit interviews. So check all of that out. And with that, thank you everyone for listening. Bye.